happens, that you stay on the path. You stay on the right path. She said, other people might do this, other people might do that. Make sure that no matter what happens, you stay on the right path. She said, because you don't belong to me. This is what my homie taught me. She said, you don't belong to me. You belong to the Most High. And she said, it's a game being played on earth. And that Shaitan isn't after all the little ones. She said, he's after people like you. This is my homie talking to me as a child. She said, he's after people like you. And I'll never forget how she said it. She said, and you got to make sure that he can't get you. She said, because he would love to just throw that in the Most High space. Remember Omari, the one you said that I couldn't get? And she did her hand like this. I don't know if y'all can see my hand. But she was like doing her hand like a dangling motion. She said, you said I couldn't get him, but I got him. She said, you can't let that happen. And you know, I'm listening. So I walk off and say, hell no, I ain't letting that happen. He ain't gonna be dangling me. You see, I mean, she really put me on to reality. So I've never lost my soul. I don't know what this everybody got discernment thing is, but none of y'all have it. That's one thing y'all don't have here. You don't have discernment. I don't know who tried to convince you that you're able to really tell what's in the hearts of man, but you don't have it. Because every single time we show up here, you don't know us. You don't have that. I don't know why. But it's not here. Everybody got discernment. Oh, something wrong with him. Then y'all find the weirdest things, and you just pick and choose. Come on live with my shades off. No problem. But if you see a Masonic emblem, it's the end of the world. I put on my shades. Now you said I'm trying to hide something. I'll never forget my dad's ex-wife. I was talking to her. This had to be like a year or two ago. And I went into her house. My brother on my father's side let me in. We were talking. She said, take your shades on. Shades mean you got something to hide. I said, I grew up watching Pops wear shades. I grew up watching Malachi wear shades. I thought it was a cool thing to do. What do you mean? I took the shades on. Now I'm looking at you, but when I'm leaving, my brother's like, you know what affects her the most? I said, what? He said it. He said, you're the better version of Dad. He said, you're everything that you wanted Dad to be. And then it hit me. Okay, I understand. Cause then now you're looking in my eyes. It's like now you can't even look me in the eye. Cause I was taught not being able to look somebody in their eye means you got something to hide. Now I took these glasses off, you won't even look me in my eyes. You see, I don't know what it is, but why everybody want me to be them? I'm not you. I want to do a fundraiser. I want to do a GoFundMe. And I want to boost up the Pharaoh Clan Records label before I get up out of here. Right? And I want to grab a few artists and just put them on the best way I can. Best way I probably can do that is like raise $300,000. Do a fundraiser, raise $300,000 and work with a few artists. And every artist that I work with, I already got my eyes on them. They make great music. It's just this algorithm really is trying to block them. You see what I'm saying? And I know how to override it. It's just going to require the people help. But it's the only difficult part about doing stuff like that is everybody said, oh, you're trying to make this a money thing, or, you know, I'm not stealing from nobody. When I reached in the Help Top, that wasn't on some, yo, if people didn't say do the feature, I would have just told him set up his thing and run it that way. You see what I'm saying? That would have been it. But everybody was like, do a feature. Even he was like, yo, I want to work with FaZe. So I was telling him, send me the thing because people, that's why I make sure I keep my receipts. Real, I tell y'all, I'm the receipt man. Oh no, I'll go back and put together a collage real quick. Say, no, I wasn't rushing to take from nobody. People were saying, make this happen. FaZe, what's going on? FaZe. My DM was full of people sending it to me because why? Free Malachi. So I investigated. I said, okay, let me see. You know what I'm saying? And I look into it. You know what I mean? That's why I tell you, I got composure. Because there's some stuff I could say, but at the same time, there's a reason why I haven't said it, ain't it? Everybody been loud and wrong. You just been loud and wrong. But it's okay, because we'll merit your reactions to certain things and we'll let you stay in the dark. Only because of how you responded. If you would have responded a different way, I would have put you on to some higher degrees of how this came to be, or how this even got to this point. But that's why I said it in the lyrics, and it's so crazy, because even though I said it in the lyrics, it went over 99% of you people's heads. I said, oh, did you think that this shit was coincidence? You don't know the power that's sitting in my hand. You see, they still not getting it. You think it's a coincidence that Malachi name blows up in the algorithm. One of the main parts of the song is Free Malachi. And then the person that we're speaking about says, I wouldn't be me if I didn't say free Malachi York. So what are you to expect every time he drops and every time he releases? You're going to expect Malachi York. So then you got to be able to separate the sheep from the goats. Some people are there because it's catchy and trendy alone. They haven't looked into who Malachi is. Now people are starting to look into Malachi, and what are they having to do? They're having to make a decision of whether or not they're going to believe the lies or they're going to stand on the truth. Are you going to have a confirmation bias? You know, and which I won't be surprised about, all the people who was attacking Phase One, they would attack Pops too. They just haven't looked into him. Because as soon as they hear Pop's voice, and Pops is challenging the things they believe in, and challenging Christianity, Islam, and saying things they don't want to hear, and coming at polygamy, and da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? And just really explaining the truth of all things. Yeah, you'll see that it was the hype. Who really cares about the man?
Come on.
The man. That's why I explained everything. They still tried to find one thing. What's the one thing they tried to find? You feature him on his own song. I literally was saying, I said, I think these people are going to try to make this a problem, but we're going to do it anyway because he don't have nothing set up, and these people trying to take and run with his song. I was saying that. I said, that's his song. I see it. They posted on the YouTube, but that goes to them. And if we talking about helping somebody who's in a situation, man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. Then he said, FaZe told me to set up the GoFundMe. That was true. Nobody said, okay, maybe we need to ease up off this man. Whatever, bro. I don't know. All I know is I'm just grateful. That's why when I broke down and cried that other shadow, I'm grateful for that. Because, and I remember when I first started crying, all I could say was, I'm just so grateful because I'm not like them. And I probably wouldn't know, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, if I was like them, I wouldn't have an opportunity to compare. I wouldn't know nothing different. So I'm not even mad at them. Even on the live, I said, I'm not mad at y'all because I'm going to leave it to chance that there's a possibility that y'all actually care about Ty or whoever would be in any of these situations, and you don't want people to get messed over. So I'll leave that to chance, but at the same time, after we done took to the live and explained it, why is there still an issue? Why y'all still making it a problem? You see? But that's all spirit, like they say. Well, that's all just the character, the nature of the being. All right? It's all good. And here's what I want y'all to stop doing. I thought I already said it, though. Stop responding to bot commenters. Remember what Dr. Malachi York taught? No matter what you're doing, they're going to come. These are unseen hours. You see what I'm explaining to you? Most people in their respective region at this time are either closing out of or opening up pornography tabs. Most people are trying to figure out whether they busting to or busting from. You see, so that energy that they come in and trying to push, they don't know what to do with it. You see me, I'm out here walking and talking to y'all in the unseen hours. So don't be, another thing is show up more. The righteous don't show up, then yeah, the negative look like the wicked feel like or look like they have a stamp. Show up more and not show up to negate and debate with the negative or the wicked. Just show up to show love and support on the righteous side. You see? Then it makes it, do y'all see my comment section? It's clean. It's pure. Have y'all noticed that? My comment section is pure. Ain't no such thing as somebody disrespecting me or one of mine in my comment section. It's pure. Clean. Restrict them, block them, get them gone. My message is Dr. Malachi York is innocent. He coming home. I don't give a fuck if you got something to say beyond that. You don't exist. Bye. That's how you got to move. Because people are more impressionable than you think. A lot of people didn't even have a problem with me. They just came in and realized it was an environment that says we have a problem with him. So they just got along with the get along. Not mad at them for that. They don't know no better. A lot of people don't have a problem with you in your life. You know what I mean? It depends on the authoritative figure sometimes. If somebody in the group, or in the friend group, is looked at as the leader, and you make a joke and they laugh, everybody laughs. If you make a joke and the leader of the friend group is like, man, that shit lame as hell, then everybody gonna say, yeah, that shit lame as hell. So sometimes the authoritative figure is equivalent to, or the equivocal of, the numbers of people present and the majority of the majority rule of what people are saying. Simply put, if most people are saying, F this man, then new people are going to come in and say, I guess we're saying F this man. If most people are saying, let's hear him out, then the new people come in and say, let's hear him out. So that's what I mean by algorithmic warfare. You think you're dealing with people, you're dealing with beings who don't have a mind of their own. And if you can get enough bots, which there have been studies on that, you think you're arguing with people, a lot of times they be bots and machines, AI programmed to fight certain rhetoric points and ways of thinking, and then people join in on it, don't even understand it. You're joining in on the wave of a robot, computer numbers, sequences. You see, you think you're fighting them, you're not fighting them. You're fighting a wave. And then comes another wave, and then comes another wave, and then comes another wave. And that's not just on Instagram or TikTok, that's in real life. You see? Some people don't have these problems. Some people don't have these issues. It must be nice. At the same time, plays a game. He plays a game. They play a game. Yeah, it is. They have that echo chamber. You know what I mean? It's not always just programs. When you realize how easily human beings are programmed, you'll start saying, really, there's no difference, is it? There's no difference between the bots that are programmed to be bots and the bots that are programmed to be bots. There's no difference. They act the same. They respond the same. You see? Yeah, I saw that. So I've been seeing people talk about portals and stuff. Nobody talking about the vortex that Pop spoke about. August 12th. Everybody talking about this astrology stuff. I just feel closer to home. If I can explain that to y'all. I feel closer to home. I even told my wife, maybe about a year ago, I said, if I leave and Pop come out, meaning if something happened to me, and then you see Pop walk out, just know what I did. You know what I mean? I want the game to be won, however it got to be won. Just because. You know what I'm saying? Just because. We here to win. We're not here to lose. The dragon doesn't prevail. I want to see Pop walk out of there. You know what I mean? And then everything that they was trying to tell y'all I was on, all that, it won't matter. Because the only one who can make me stay as a part of anything at that point will be him. But you don't need Phase 1 or Omari when the chief in command can tell you, here's where you'll go. You won't need me. Unless he says it. So don't let anybody try to tell y'all that I'm trying to be his successor. Because either way it goes, he's the only one, okay, that can keep me a part of this thing that I never wanted. I never wanted this thing. This wasn't my life. They took Dr. Melakazi York. They took our land. It became my life. And I know it's hard. Like, how could you be focused on this thing for going on 22 years? Right? Meaning around age 5. So going on like 22, 23 years, how could you be focused on this one thing? How could this be your life? How are you able to go back and show us when you're 10 and that's just what's on camera? This has been my life. This is my degree. These are my degrees. You know, so he's the only one who can say, you will do this, you will do that. He come out, I'm ready to move. I'm ready. Everything that people, they don't know, you ain't seen them cartoons where the man disappears and somebody come up and say, you really hurt a lot of people. He said, I don't have anything to do with that. You can't just disappear like that. Yes, I can. Yeah, I'm that. I remember seeing that clip. I'm like, that's me. That's me. Because one day I just want to turn off the noise. And I don't mean it in a suicidal way. I just want to turn off the noise. And I hear people say, don't leave me. I hear people say, I'm right behind you. Let me tell you something. You may not understand what I'm saying right now. They never do. Where I'm going, you can't go. You can't go where I'm going. And no one can know where I'm going. You will just remember. That's going to be the thing. You're going to remember. The absence is going to spark memory that's going to be more powerful than my presence. You're just going to remember. You know what I mean? How you don't really know the fan is on until it cuts off. Right? If something happened right now and I strike up out of here and I glitch out, then there's going to be so much memory. Everybody. Even the ones who don't know me. So much memory is going to come. That's going to be that last little push. But it's still going to be decision-based. But love is here on your planet. And I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Y'all were looking for legitimate. You were looking for the brother who could pull you to the side. And we don't have to have no cameras on. And just talk to you. Just ask you, what's going on? Huh? Okay, well, let me give you this gem, this gem, this gem. Use it. Your situation, your outcome will be more favorable. You know, I'm the man you can leave your girl around. You can go to the grocery store and come back, and she's still where you left her, and I'm still where I was before you left. You know, you can't leave your girl around nobody. You can't leave your woman around absolutely any man. I'm the man that you can leave your girl around. I'll never forget one of my folks. Shout out to him. And rest in peace to Blue Roses, Diamond. That's her name. We call her Blue Roses. My guy, Rose the Youngster. I was shooting something in, 2020? Had to be. I think it was a little bit. No, it was 2020. No, because when was the COVID? Yeah, that was like early 2020. So yeah, December of 2019. Because I was working at some place called Stats in downtown Atlanta with my guy Rosetta Youngster named Monte. But his sister was doing a commercial for her hair products, and it was a Christmas themed thing, and I was the one who was filming it, and they had like the sexy, elf outfits and all of that, the Christmas outfits. And one of the sisters that was working with his sister was somebody that he was dating, right? So I just remember we damn near done shooting the commercial. And I just remember him calling. He was calling her like he had on FaceTime. And I'm sitting on one edge of the couch. She's sitting on another edge of the couch. And a few people was gathered around looking at the camera to see some of the footage and how it was coming out. And he was like, where Faze at? Where Faze at? You said he's shooting the where you at? And she had put me on the camera. He's like, Faye, what's going on? And I just spoke to him outright. I said, now you know, if she's good with anybody, she good with me. And he just bust out laughing. He said, I already know. I said, why you calling it if you already know? If she good with anybody, bro, she good with me. I was the one they already know. Listen, you know, a father ain't gonna let you. Okay, let me one more situation. Right? Rest in peace to Quata, who was my folks, Marco mama. She was everybody mama in the hood. She passed away, and this was in 2020, I think it was. She passed away in 2020, and they had the wake and the funeral, all that, and there's people was gathering at the house to celebrate a transition, and everybody came through, and then everybody about to leave, and they wanted me to stay and everything, but everybody had like females coming over, right? So I'm sitting there, I was playing Grand Theft Auto, right? And it was already a weird feeling because I was hearing niggas that was like, it was a nigga that was like, seemed like they were going off, you know what I'm saying, some shit, and they thoughts was breaking through, and I could hear them. right? And there was some evil shit that they was thinking. So I was already feeling like I needed to go. So before I was making that decision, everybody, they booed up. They got all the females coming through. There was same brother, Rose the Youngster, his sister. They was all out there. I went outside, and a guy who I really rock with, he always been a solid dude. We call him Flood. He got Out the Trenches Entertainment, all that. Really real cool dude. And, he had been drinking. Everybody had been drinking out there, all that. So the elders is out there, the uncles out there, uncle them. So I go outside, and I see them packing up, people packing up the car, her mama packing up the car. And I go over to her dad, which is my guy's dad also. And I said, everybody finna leave. I said, can I keep dining with me? Right? And he was like, he looked at me, and all the niggas, the elder niggas looking at me too, and they looking at him. And he looked at me, he took his shades off. And he said, just like this, he said, because it's you, he said, then she good. But only because it's you. But the way he was saying, like he was tapping my chest and everything, it was like, even just because I asked him that, like, I know his father instinct was to punch the wind from my chest. But he took his shades off and he sobered up for about 3 seconds. He said, nigga, because it's you, she good. You know what I mean? She wasn't but like 3 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I think I was like 22. She might have been 18, 19, however long. But either way, he was like, because it's you, she good. And yeah, so everybody was able to chill out. But no, it didn't happen though. I mean, she wasn't able to chill. The father was okay. The mama was okay. The brother wasn't going for that shit. So he definitely wasn't going for that shit. But my point was, they was cool with it because it was me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm a different type of being. Everybody wanted legitimate. Everybody wanted real. Oh, we need the real this, real that. What are people with the message? And I show up, and the world's telling me they don't want me here. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a prophecy. Like I wrote the shit in the song. I had a song called What's the Reason? I ain't released it yet. It's on Can't Kill Lightning. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the reason? Let me know. Tell me why you scream to take my bones. Can you tell me why you want me gone? Like, I mean, that's a song where I could cry listening to that shit. Like, I said, can you tell me why you want me gone? But I got been pretty like 10K. Car don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down, I miss them times when I walk down Keller Road, pushing my brother in their stroller. You fish your mouth to say gang, just 'cause you know my government name, but will you be there when I call you? These lights too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, 'cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Can't rely on dreams, ain't no drowning on this earth. Yeah, way too big a wingspan, you can't be alone. Yeah, shawty bought some food too, lady, not that broccoli. You me lady West dish, it don't bring me substance. She steady huffing it, puffing, she love me now. Holding on to them lips, but can't lie, she loves me. Show goes on in this bitch, but can't my street loves me now. Knowing the enjoyment I receive when they finally hit the door and leave me alone. There are times when I wanna be one with the breeze. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? You can't compass me, I don't begin with 1, 2, 3. What's the reason? Let me know. Tell me why you scream for to take my bone. Can you tell me why you want me gone? What your tongue says for us all be strong, because you think I got been pretty like 10K. Car don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down I miss them times when I walk down Keller Road, push my brother in that stroller. You fish your mouth to say gang, just 'cause you know my government name, but will you be there when I call you? These lights too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, 'cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Tone says for us all be strong. Like you're screaming that you don't want me here. Your tone is reaching out saying you're looking for this answer. And I keep bouncing it off from me to Pops. And, I don't know, it's just an interesting experience. It's just interesting. I mean, I can give y'all a million stories. I came in this realm with love, innocent. What was that song I said? Oh, yeah. I came in this place with love, but it's your plan to show me that ain't what it was. All I knew was love coming in here. That's why I said in that song, Mama's Boy, I ain't know people was this evil when my mama looked at me and told me they was evil. So I'm still learning more about what people do. And you never can be too sure. You see, you can never be too sure with people. Still learning that. But in these unseen hours, I want to take the time to all of y'all who, it won't leave you alone. You know what I'm saying? It won't leave you alone. All of y'all who your transformation keeps knocking and you attempt to keep busy and other things and all of that, and sometimes it keeps you up how it's keeping me up. Your transformation won't leave you alone for a reason. You know, eventually you won't be able to ignore or try to ignore the call, whoever the few of you are who hear it. So you know what to do. You want to know how you know what to do? Because when you do a thing and it doesn't feel natural to you, that's not for you. When you do a thing and it doesn't sit right with you, it's not for you to do. You know what I mean? If you with a group of friends and they talking bad on somebody and the person right there and they laughing and they having a great time, but you're not having a good time, that's not you. You're not one of them. You see everybody taking advantage of people and you don't. Because again, you really need to be more cautious because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You never know. You see, I'll give you an example. Without giving you the example, you have to be able to read. Remember I told you when I was on that live, I said, I ain't explaining shit else to these people. I'm going to let them just watch over there. They ain't going to know nothing. You don't get an explanation, I don't even see it. I'll say it like this. So people come through, they say they're going to help. They say they're going to look out for somebody. And the way they say they're going to look out for somebody is they're going to pay this person for what they're attempting to use of theirs. They're going to pay this person with concert tickets. It's a huge label, huge artist. But they're going to pay this person that they're trying to use this person's work because they're going big. They're going to pay them not in money, not in a percentage, not in a point, not in a royalty. They're going to pay this person by telling them, here goes some free tickets to come see me perform. So the nigga y'all stoning to death jumps in the middle and says, excuse? The nigga that you stoning to death, you don't even know me. He jumps in the middle and says, excuse you. What did you say? Oh, we're going to just make sure that he's able to come to the concert. No, such and such and such. Give him this, and give him this in royalties. And first they won't budge. They're not moving at all. But then they say, well, we'll give him this amount. But he's not, no royalty. Wait, where that amount came from? You see what I'm saying? Where you just magically pop up with the money? When at first, you was gonna pay this man in concert tickets. I say, no deal. Bump it up to what we said, and give him a royalty. What are you talking about? Then what they do? They bump it up to what we said. Where you just get all this extra money from? At first, you wasn't gonna give him anything. Now they bump it up. We're not letting go of the royalty. So okay, cool. So I'm working with my people. That listen, people don't get to see this side of it. But you want to know what's so crazy? Yeah, people will flood them comments and say, "That's real. You did a real thing. You helped them out." No, they didn't. They were trying to rip this person off. You see what I'm explaining to you? Here's what y'all artists need to know. Y'all are the commodity. It don't matter who big anybody is, you're the commodity. You're the gem. You're the jewel. So they come in and they giving you any offer. They've already divided your value by 4 or more. If they come and they offer you $250,000, they value you at $1 million. If they come and they offer you $4 million, they value you at $16 million. And the bigger their offer is, the higher they value you, but they're never going to come with what they value you as, because from the gate, they're attempting to save as much money as possible while benefiting the most from you. They don't care nothing about. So, I don't know. What do y'all want? What do these people want? You see what I'm saying? Because if somebody pop out and say, I'm going to sign this person, everybody going to celebrate. They celebrated when Leighton Green got signed. Let me ask y'all a question. Those who know who Leighton Green is, exactly. After QC signed Leighton Green, what became of Leighton Green? One more time, because it went over your head. But if QCP would have popped out and say, I'm about to sign him, everybody would be like, yeah, that's how you do it, P. P be shelving niggas. And eating off them. Eating off their trust. While they shelved. He ain't the only one. The whole industry does that. Y'all don't remember how many Atlanta artists got signed for a little money and you don't hear from them no more? They done made all that money back. They know you're not hot no more. So they don't see you as being able to make them no more money. Thanks for doing business. You're left with nothing. We need that whole entire advance back times 4. And then you can start recouping. So here goes like $3,000. Have a good summer. And then they stuck on Instagram and TikTok trying to dance to get hot again. Oh, y'all don't remember? Y'all don't pay attention. I watch their game. I know how they move. QC signed a lot of people and poisoned them. Poisoned their image. QC signed 24 Heavy. Gave them a car, everything. What happened to 24 Heavy? Signed Collision. What happened with Collision? You see what I'm explaining to you? And I was telling people, some people like, do I need to sign with QC? Said it's the worst label to sign with right now. They said, why so? I said, because they only focusing on Lil Baby. This was back in like 2018, 2019. People came to me for advice. I said, they only focusing on Lil Baby. Everybody else, they gonna milk them for everything they worth of their moment, as they call it, in the algorithm. Leighton Green got shelved. I ain't never seen no shit that crazy, because she didn't need nobody. She didn't need, all Leighton Green had to do was keep making music and posting it on her YouTube, her streaming thing. All she had to do was just keep putting out music. They convince you need this, you need that feature, you need these cars, you need these chains, and let's put you in touch with this producer. It's all so they can get percentages. You're going to them now. So now they're getting paid, and you don't know how their game goes. So they telling you it costs this amount for a music video, but they gonna just break off their deals with the people that they already got in their pocket to do videos, and they gonna pocket the rest. They gonna give you a video budget. Your video budget may be 1/4 of that. The rest of that goes to their staff. And it's a write-off. Everything is write-offs in this business. So they writing off, they eating off you. They own your shadow, they digging into your trust. They got you in a 360 deal, you run into circles and you trapped. And all the while, you like, I don't even feel like an artist anymore. I feel like a new age slave. It's almost like somebody made a song about that. You see? Yeah, the insurance claims when people get killed, it's dirty. It's dirty. It's dirty. You want to know how I know all this? Because of my mama. Because when I came into this, literally started recording around 12 years old, I didn't care nothing about the business. My homie sat me down and said, you're not going to be a dummy out here just trying to hop on a mic. You're going to know the business side. I only know the business side because of her. So I feel for people who don't know it. And when I see stuff like they trying to take advantage of this artist, that, I'll do my best. I'll jump in and say, nah, you don't got to do that, do this. First of all, they know they're wrong for doing this. But, okay, how about this? Set it up this way. And I try not to talk too much and say too many things to people because, you know what I mean? You can say something, especially when people looking up to what you're saying, and then they start moving different with people, and then it could be a problem with people, especially trying to look at you as they franchise and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just an evil game. You know, like the, what's the movie? Selena? I think it was the movie Selena, where the manager was upset that Selena wanted to leave and killed her and then killed herself, I think, because Selena didn't want to be a part of it. So you see what I'm trying to say? How there's a lot of things I want to say out, but I watch my mouth because you just got to watch who people talk to and where people be at when they got motion going on, because you right there in the middle of you're just right there. So you got to watch, and then it's like, people gotta understand, my main reason for disassociating ain't even what they saying. It's just me knowing how this realm set up. I got a certain amount of anointing that not everybody will have. But I'll do my best to still say things like, watch out for that. Hey, make sure you got this. And I'll do that for anybody. Especially if you coming out here and you saying, free Malachi York, and you making it more known. And I'm right there. Other than that, you people made it about something that had nothing to do with it. Clout, that's what you saw. You can see the sincerity in Omari on the live. Well, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I said, are y'all paying attention? We only on this live because y'all was flooding the comments, and I said we'll go live to address so that there's clarity. He said, you explaining too much. It's making it seem negative. I was discombobulated. I learned a long time ago, though, when things don't make sense to me, it's not supposed to. It's because it's not supposed to. That's you. That's y'all. It's the lack of explanation that caused this realm out here to be in disarray. Paul is explaining something to take people to more of an understanding and comprehension point. How is that a negative? What the fuck? But I have to remember, not too long ago, the algorithm of your realm just shifted to be, you don't need to know what words mean. You just go off how you feel about the word. You don't need to know what you're actually speaking about. You just go off of the emotion. I don't know what this place is becoming. But like I said, this is that old world. It has already passed away. So it's hard to project to that old world and fix it and do anything and get stragglers. It's hard. It's complicated. No, they were really saying that. Yo, you explain too much. Now it's negative. But now y'all mad because I actually explained it. That doesn't make sense. You see how it don't make sense? Because not supposed to. You were mad at me because I didn't give you the answer. Because I didn't have the answer to give to you coming out the gate. I just had the action to show for. Then you had questions about the action. Okay, cool. I'll answer your questions. Now you're mad at me because I'm answering your questions. I'm looking at, I still look for that camera. You know that camera? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know when some shit happens, you just look around for the camera? I still look at the camera. When they did that shit, I'm looking all in the camera like, you see this shit? There's no way. There's no way. You stole from him. He get 100%. Show him that you get 100%. I get 100%. You named the song. I ran it through. I'm done. It got to the point where I was like, I'm just trying. And people kept tagging me and stuff, and I just hit a few more people with it. Like last 2 days, it's just a few more people I responded to. I said, look, I'm tired of explaining. I'm just tired of explaining. Y'all made this hooky. It didn't have to be this. But y'all keep showing more and more what's wrong out here. Y'all. Not the Caucasoid, not the government, not Big Brother, not the agents. No, it's y'all. There was nothing wrong with this situation. He wasn't in bad hands or none of that. And I'm not using anybody. But y'all did that. Made it hooky. So now I gotta see it out there. I see what they can do. So I told him, I said, it's all good, just keep moving. I have to support you another way. When in a regular world with fucking sense, it would have made perfect sense what the hell was moving. It makes sense. Phase 1 is Malachi Z. York Screamer. Number 1. He sees somebody coming out screaming it. He works with him. He doesn't tear him down. He doesn't say, where this nigga been at? He ain't never been there. I don't do none of that. I go in to help him. And I just gotta remember, bro, you know what planet you're on? Yeah. I mean, do you really know? Yeah, I do. So yeah. I mean, some of y'all up, y'all trooping. This is 429. EST, 430. I just heard a huge piano note get played. It was like, oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's an explosion. I just heard that. Their trust or their assets and things like that, that's a transaction. They'll move it over here because they about to go handle some business. They might got to disappear for a while. Wow. Where's Bill Gates? Where's Bill Gates? Remember Bill Gates? Where's Bill Gates? You know, Bill Gates was working on a project. It was called solar geoengineering. Also, stratosphere aerosol injections. Remember? This was when everybody was talking about we were dying. It wasn't that long ago, about 5 years ago. So whatever was going on in 2020, that's what I'm talking about. Remember that? Where he came out with the WO 2020 060606A1 with the biometric BAD, body activity data. Oh, we're just here to get your body activity data. I said, nigga, that shit spells bad. It spells bad. That's conspiracy. It doesn't actually say 666. It says WO 2020 060606A1. Nigga, I speak computer science. That's 666. The zeros don't count. They don't have a value. You just wrote out 666 in computer language. And then you double fuck their brain because you put A1 at the end. It's like they're mocking you in real time. Visa, VI, Roman numeral 6. S, the first letter of 6. A, an inverted 6. If you type out a lowercase a, you get an inverted 6. So guess what they do? World order, WO. You're not slick. World order, WO. 2020, that's where y'all started it. 060606A1. 666, and then the last 3 digits or 3 placeholders is 6A1. That's 666. 1 is A, the first letter in the English alphabet, which when it's written in as a lowercase and inverted, it is a 6. 666. You're not slick. To them you are, but not me. So he snuck around and did that shit and then dipped. Now what's going on with your atmosphere? Where every time you look up at the sun, you see an X's over the sun. Remember, people used to talk about chemtrails. Okay? Remember them days? This ain't chemtrails. This is different. They're lacing the atmosphere and intentionally covering up the sun. Why? Go. Let's say go. We didn't see this as children. This is a new world already. We didn't see that. Why are you covering up the sun? They said that they were going to commence solar geoengineering to combat the sun, to protect the environment. I'm doing air quotes. Why? Now, here's what I want you to think about. Imagine if they didn't put up them clouds. Because remember, there don't be no clouds. They be having to make them now. It don't even be no clouds if you're paying attention. You walk outside, it just be blue. Until whoever went to sleep on the control board wake up, like, oh shit. And they got to press the button, And then the clouds come in. Yeah. But we just saw you draw them clouds. We ain't ever look up and see no lines for clouds. That's not clouds. What are you really trying to block? What are you really trying to cover up? They're trying to cover up that sign. The sign that's around the sun says, Ibiru is here. Allegorically. Everything I just said on this live is allegory. It's here. Okay, let's look it up. Ephesians 6:12. Okay, E6:12. Let's see. We got Ephesians in here. We'll check that out. I'm trying to pull it up. Let's like pull it up real quick. Spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? You say Daniel 10? What was Daniel 10? How was that Daniel 10 for the spiritual warfare part? I know Daniel 10, he was going through his mourning and sadness, and he was in prayer, and he was figuring out how he was going to go about moving forward without eating and things like that for like 21 days. Why is that Daniel 10? Why you say that? Either way, I don't know if people know that when they're going around saying that they're engaged in spiritual warfare, I don't know if they understand that they're getting it from the Bible. That's another thing that I think that is important for people to know. That if you don't know why you're saying a thing, how can you understand what it is that you're saying? If you don't know where what you're saying is coming from, how can you even have a foundational understanding of what it is that you're talking about? Because if you're not careful, you just go around repeating things and you won't know what those things mean. And therein, again, tells the truth. The issue what they're upset with me about, especially lately, is that people need to know what they're saying when they're using words, when they're saying phrases like I'm engaged in spiritual warfare. What does that mean? Are you saying that you are versus wizards or witches? Are you dealing with them? Right? Are you dealing with demons? Okay, some people say demons. Are you dealing with them? Are you dealing with vampires? There's another group of beings that people talk. Are you dealing with them? Or it was witches, warlocks, vampires, demons, demons, whatever you want to call them. Or do you know where the attacks are coming from? Or do you even understand what the spiritual warfare aspect would be as far as you experiencing it, not just talking about it exists? What's the point there? The point there is that they were saying we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay, what does that mean? And what do they mean when they were talking about evil that exists in high places or heavenly realms? Okay, there are multiple ways to interpret it. One of the ways that people interpret it is to say that the governments are being spoken about because those governments are in what's referred to as high places. If I were to draw out a graph, okay, you see the high places are these people up here, okay? And then the lower places or the lower realms is everybody down here, all right? So this doesn't mean evil per se, because how could that mean evil if you have God also in heaven, our Father which art in heaven, okay? We also understand, at least for those of you who read the book, the Bible, where a lot of people get their concepts and content and all this stuff from, they just reshape it, that there was a story about a being or a man called Job, Ayub, and Ayub was being tested and persecuted, all right? And in order for that persecution or that testing to occur, they had to have taken place a conversation. That conversation was between none other than the ones they call God and the ones they call Satan or Shaitan, all right? So which these are interchangeable linguistically. People may not understand that. Linguistically, these are interchangeable. This doesn't mean good. This doesn't mean bad. This means an opposition. So what you would think would be bad will be based on your own perspective. That's subjective right here. This would mean also somebody that's in position to rule, all right, or have power, which this is another being. They'll show you that in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. You can look that up, where they said that the God of this world is Satan. So you see that these words are used interchangeably. And a lot of people do fall down on their knees and worship Satan. Well, at that point, he becomes their God. And whoever the God of the Bible is, who's supposed to be the main character or the main being of the Bible, the main person, or whatever they want to call him, spirit, divine being, says, don't have any other gods before me, acknowledging that other gods do exist. They're just telling you don't worship Baal. They're just telling you don't worship Satan. They're just telling you don't worship Beelzebub. They're telling you don't worship Behemoth, don't worship Leviathan, or whatever gods or beings that people will look at as gods. Still so, all of those words are interchangeable depending on where you're standing. You understand that? So, God and Satan, I'm not saying they're the same characters. I'm just saying it's like saying the Indians versus the Chiefs. They're not the same characters. They're opposing. But if you're on the Indian side, then the Chiefs are the ox. If you're on the Chiefs side, then the Indians are the ox. Okay, that's why they say Revelation chapter 12, okay, where they said Michael and his angels fought and Satan and his angels fought. They didn't say Michael and his angels and Satan and his demons. So the question is, does Michael have demons? You understand that? Does Satan have angels? So once you learn what words are, you'll stop thinking that when somebody says demon, it automatically means evil. And you'll stop thinking when somebody says angel, it automatically means good. Same with God and Satan. Okay, because somebody who's a Satan to Satan is not evil if Satan is doing the evil things. So if that word shaitan means an adversary or an accuser or an opposition, then that means it could be anybody on either of the opposing teams. So you have, in this reality, you have teams that work with the left hand, and you have teams that work with the right hand. You understand that? You have teams that are working for this order. You got teams that are working for that order. Does that make sense? Some of y'all may not understood what I just did there. Because you have this order, then you got that order. And that order may appear orderly, but it's actually disorderly. And the other order may appear disorderly, but it's actually orderly. Let me show you what happens. Phase one shows up and he disrupts, okay, goes against the rupturing of what's happening with the core rupturing, when people's cores are rupturing, and they call me the disruptor, or they'll call me the agent, or they'll call me whatever they want to call me, but they don't understand what words are and what power comes with the words. They're telling the truth. They're just showing you that they're standing on the opposing side. You understand? So then to them, I would be Satan. I'm their opposer. You understand that? To them, I would be the disruptor. I'm not allowing for the disorder or that order that they think is orderly to continue. So we're bringing that order to order. So anytime people see this phrase here, new world order, guess what happens? People automatically envision some pyramid with an eye on top. All right? Or eye in the middle, for those of y'all who understand that science, because the eye in the middle. People automatically see that and they think that this must be bad. Okay, but if the old world is already out of order, then something called a new world order is not bad. If things are chaotic, if things are brought to peace through what's referred to as a new world order, that's not a bad thing. But the only ones who will see that as a bad thing will be, one, the people who don't know what it is, and for two, the people who don't stand to benefit from it. You with me? So new world order was never bad. As soon as Jesus entered into the world, he was bringing on a new world order, that particular world. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. What, to sit there and do nothing? No, to bring that world to order. So they had to bring in someone who knew what that world was to bring it into order. New world order. And that new world order was to bring things back to new. And new was what? The primeval, or they call it primeval, or the primordial, prime order, right there. Prime order, the primary order, water. Primordial waters, new. I will make all things new. So when you see people say, they quote the Bible, say, God said he's going to make all things new. Okay, a new world order isn't a bad thing. Then we're talking about a new dominion. Okay, annual dominion is what they say, the year of our Lord. You see it right there in the word, a new dominion. And in this new dominion, okay, will be established peace or salam or nirvana, what all these other religions have been talking about. But before that takes place, what has to happen? War. You understand that? Before you can reach that peace, something has to be disrupted. Before you can lay a new foundation, the old one has to be ripped up. So a lot of people aren't going to like that when it's happening. But you need to know when it's happening so that you will know whether or not you're standing left or right. Are you a vampire? Are you yourself one? You understand? What does that mean? If I say the word vam, okay, look at this word vam. If I say it in Sanskrit, vam or vama, I'm saying the word left. Go look it up. Go look it up. Left. And if I say this word pyre, okay, or pir, or piro, okay, or pira, what am I saying? Fire. All right? So what's this key word here? Fire. And you know that someone is standing on the left, okay, or lesser, left-hand path is lesser path. Okay, if I say Vamakara, in Sanskrit, I'm saying literally left-hand path. So there you go, you can literally go look at what I just said. So you say Bama, Paya, vampire, left. Okay, or left fire. So if it's the left fire, it's not the true light. Okay, the true light was acknowledged as the Ra, or right fire. You see it right there? The right fire is the sun. So you have the left fire is the moon. All right, then you have the right fire, which is the sun. You with me? I think in Arabic they would have said Yamin or Yamun, and this would have been Yasser or Yassar. Okay? So you have left and right paths. Why are they saying paths? Okay, because it's directions, places that you can travel. Okay? Also, you have to know which degree to look at it from, because this is the true degree. All right? This is how you actually look at it. So what appears to be left is actually descension. Okay? What appears to be right is actually ascension. And that's the capstone of the pyramid that actually glows. This doesn't glow. This is the night or the bed, okay, or the bottom. All right? The bed or the bottom, bet, bottom, B-D, ebed, which is in Hebrew, it means the servant or the slave. That's where all the slaves exist at, in the bed or in the sleep. All right? Those are the ones who have been lulled by the demons, lullaby. And remember I taught you what Lula was, or Lilith, okay, or Delilah, the one who was a love, Lula, Lil. What is love? Love, Lil, means night. So you're of the night. So when somebody sends you a lullaby or love, it's saying Lil, or someone who's literally sending you to sleep, to belong to the nighttime. And then you have Ra, okay, or Samson, which I told y'all Samson was literally saying Shemesh, okay, Shemesh, which meant what? The sun, all right, or the power of the sun. So you have Shem, Shah, Shemesh, Shem, Bala, all these different words, you'll see power of the sun, okay? Ra, or then you have Lala, Lilith, Lily, Layla, night, okay? So people have to rise up out of the night into the sun. So do vampires thrive in the nighttime or in the sunlight? Exactly. So you understand who those people are. They can't say I'm just running my mouth. These beings only exist in the left. All right, the light fire or the left fire, which is the what? The moon. They can't come out in the sun cycle. You understand that? So then how can they be rulers? Listen, how can vampire beings, right? How can they be, or upir, all right? How can these beings, we know upir means spirit, right? How can these beings be rulers in a world of sun? They can't be. They have to pull you into the night so that they can rule you there. So a lot of y'all were actually on your way. You were ascending. You were figuring out. Somebody said, well, people were waking up. Dr. Malachi York told me this, literally sent the audio for me and said, our people are waking up fast, but they're walking around in circles. They don't know where to go. So there's a direction problem that people are having. They don't understand it. Some of y'all are starting to descend back into sleep or your slumber. All right. You even thought that you could cheat the game by saying, I'm just going to understand. Well, you can't see now. If you stand inside of the pyramid, you still can't see what's happening. And you don't know that this is a height situation. And you have to be Fahrenheit. That's talking about the degrees that you earn as you get closer to the sun. Fahrenheit. You understand that? Only the ones who excel see this. Excel see this. Listen, it's there. It's in the words. Okay? So you have to be Fahrenheit. You have to be tall enough. So imagine this is the pyramid. If you don't overstand, you won't be able to have the overstander's point of view. If you're understanding, you still won't have the overseer's point of view. You only be able to see with the angle of elevation. If you're standing your ass inside the pyramid, you set yourself for a higher mess because now you don't know what's going on. You can't see the under part. You can't see the, that's the problem. That's the problem. So now when I come showing you the logos, all right, or the signs, the logos, the words, you're not able to see it. And you think that me overstanding that in the beginning there was the word is a problem. In the beginning was the word. So if anybody come and telling you words and they don't know what they mean, they're just saying and running their mouth and you're not able to check them, okay, and you're just accepting what they're saying, you don't know what they're building your reality on. What is the foundation if you don't know the foundation? One more time. What is the foundation if you don't know the foundation? In the beginning was the word. That's right there in the middle of the te-hu-ti word. Te-hu-ti. Te-teo. Or teho. Or theos. God, right there. Hu, utterance. Literally, hu means utterance. All right, or spoken word. T means life. In the beginning was the word, and the word was what? Was with God, and God was the word, and the word became one. Look, T. All of that's wisdom. God is there, word is there, and life. The yielding is there. So you have to go back to go forward to get the understanding. So you can stand over and say, oh, now I see the pyramid was a box with an X in it. But I would not have been able to see that if I was understanding or understanding. This is what it is. I don't know what they're doing, because you have to be able to see the fire in the center. To be able to see the fire in the center, you have a better navigational system. All right. Remember I taught y'all what navigate means. Remember navigate means to navigate. All right. Gate means to walk. Navi or navy is the water. Remember, Jesus was able to walk on water. And he functioned as what you call an ascended master. And the one who wasn't able to, he was too dense. His name was Peter. Even though he was walking at one point. All right, you got to peep it. But then he lost what they call faith, which is that spirit that allows for you to thrive. Okay. Peter means stone. And that's what happens when you drop a stone in water, it descends. You understand that? So a lot of people are hardening when they should be speeding up. I told you this is an Eve operation, right? This is an Eve operation. This is an operation of life, not dead. So all the people talking about the dead, you see they're not a part of the Eve operation. I told you Eve means life, Hawa, okay, or higher. Life. All right? Eve operation. When you say that together, it's evaporation. You have to become more like the gases, Jesus. You have to ascend. Okay? That means you become more fair in height. You get more degrees. You see how it all, when we talk this way, it has to make sense. A lot of people, you just think they just throw a lot of words around and play connect the dot, but they're not connecting the dots. They're not making it make sense. It has to make sense. So if Ephesians 6:12 is telling us we're not dealing with just flesh and blood, we're dealing with beings that have transcended the flesh and blood plane, we may be talking about otherworldly beings, other types of life forms that are not human. So don't go gas first. Deal with the flesh and blood part. Flesh and blood is what human beings have. That's what we know it to be. But then there may be different life forms that function in different ways, got different biological forms, all right, or makeups, different physiology, which will not be flesh and blood. But that doesn't mean they're not able to interact with the physical plane, because there would be no war if these beings weren't able to interact with the physical plane. That would directly take out, okay, or contradict what is being said in Ephesians 6:12 or the whole equation. So, all right. Again, there was someone called Ayub or Job, and this being called the devil was able to travel up to God, and they made a bet over Ayub or Job's life. Okay? They said, yo, where have you been at? First of all, how he get up in heaven? That answers the question of these beings having vehicles that allow them to reach certain stages, at least in heaven. And whatever stage the devil was able to reach in that story, he was able to reach the stage that God was at. Whatever level or dimension in heaven or constellation or kingdom in heaven, or maybe a mother plane that's hovering above your planet. I don't know. Wherever it is, whatever it was, this devil was able to go and be in a council of other angels and talk to God about Job's life. You understand that? And they made a bet. So what do you say? Yo, say, where you been at? I've been walking up and down the earth and to and fro. Okay? Walking up and down the earth and to and fro. You know, he got his degrees. So, okay, have you considered my servant, the one who's up under me, my Ebed? My servant sits up under my pyramid. My foundation, you consider him? Okay. Oh no, I ain't consider him. I bet you he'll break. He won't break. And then they test his life. Oh, yo, he only holding on because you ain't, touched him. You give him leprosy, took his family, all kind of stuff. But all of that was happening from what? People who were able to press buttons and make shit happen. Do y'all get what I'm explaining to you? So ultimately, the warfare that y'all are talking about is the main game. It's the main game. And if you're not a part of that warfare, you ain't even playing. The moment that they consider you as worthy of deciding or determining whether or not you're going to be able to get to the next degree or the next level, or gain more degrees, or speed up more, or become of the higher ones, all right? Before they walk you through tests. And a lot of these tests are what is allowed to happen in your reality. So how? Ask these people, ask your pastors, ask the preachers, Christians, whoever, Hebrew Israelites, how did God give Job leprosy? How do you give Job leprosy? How did God kill Job's family? How? You understand? Now, you heard about the Sabaeans in that story. The Sabaeans had a hand in that, about taking away his, I think it was his cattle and all kind of stuff, killing them, came through with the swords and all of that. But who put these people in position? That's why I told you to watch that movie again, one of them. So you got to go find out which one. But the Hunger Games movie, where they were able to program them beasts, all right, up under that dome. And the beasts were made out of just numbers. But the beasts became flesh. Listen, and they were able to impact what's referred to as the physical realm. So again, what is spiritual warfare? Are people really aware of what it is that they're talking about? And if we got vampires, all right, or demonic incarnates, whatever you want to call them, running around on this planet, all right, and you got the sun or the true light coming out here, don't you think that irritates them? Don't you think that? If you have the true light coming out, don't you see them in the movies, Blade and all of them, which is the sword, interestingly enough, all right? Because you got Blade, which phase what? Well, what does phase mean or phasal mean? Phasal means a sword or a resolute, like the blade. So you got Blade that comes out, and he's the one they call a daywalker. He exists within the sun or around the sun. But the other ones are night walkers or night crawlers. They don't. You understand that? So when the true light, which is that sun, comes out, don't you think these demons or vampires, the rest of them get irritated? Or what? Spirits, these left spirits. Vam upir. Vam upir. Go look at what I say so you don't just think of it. Or ubir or upir. Vam upir. Left spirits. Spirits that have been left for one, but the directional left spirits. Those who walk with the moon or Lilith. These lesser light beings, they get irritated. They can't exist in that climate. So their thing is to attempt to remove this. Why? Because here's the main thing. If people are starting to gravitate toward that, that's a problem for them over here. Because now you're leaving their world and they're losing their ability to suck. You understand? They're losing their ability to drain you of your life, which is your blood. You see what I'm saying? So it takes it to a whole different degree. And a lot of these people look at their people, their followers, all of them, as spiritual currency, where you get this energetic harvesting that takes place. And people are forgetting, you open up this screen and you tap on to somebody, they literally call it a stream. If it's a stream, is the energy coming out of the phone to you, or is yours going into the phone to whoever's benefiting? I hope you understand it. Because they're not neutralizers. They're not transmuters. They're not going to say, we're going to meet here in the center. No, they're there to take. That's called a suck you by. Suck you dry, suck you by, ink you by. You see? And they come and take. And then you try to figure out what you walked away with. And then the true light shows up and say, I will see if you've been only siphoned from, because I'm going to ask you about what you've been given. And if you can show me what you've been given, you haven't been taken from. But if what you show me is empty, an empty box, there's nothing in it, you've been taken from. You understand that? So they get mad at me. I say, tell me about this. I'm spiritual. Okay, you're spiritual. All right. Explain. What does that mean? Spirit means what? Spirit means breath. Okay, spirit means breath. So that means you're breathing? Yeah. What else? That's it. Okay, so you're going, or you're doing, okay, I get what you're doing. You're doing spiritus, or you're doing spirare. Okay, with both of them are dealing with breath. So I don't understand what this is. It's not exclusive. This just means you're breathing. Somebody tricked you then. And you don't know that word has been left behind? All right, y'all remember everybody talk about the phasing, right? Phase. Remember everybody talking about the phasing of the two planets? Remember them videos everybody was putting out? Said the old planet was being left behind and a new planet was forming, and that some people were being left in this old reality and other people were graduating toward the new one? Okay, you cannot still be stuck on words like spirit. If you saying and seeing that it means breath, then everybody that's living is spiritual, the end. The end. When you put that spiritual, you're saying you have the state of spirit. You have the state of breath. So you're breathing. You're alive. Okay? Then you're no different than a Christian. You're no different than a murderer. You're no different than anybody that's existing and living. You understand? At that time. Then this shouldn't be a thing. But it's still a thing because people are here. Then I understand that this word here has ascended its old form and descended. Or ascended its new form, descended its old form. You can't use it the same. So saying spiritual doesn't mean what it used to mean 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Same thing with this word right here. Things are speeding up. You want to know why things are speeding up? The main, variable that I taught y'all about years ago, consciousness. You understand? If only one person, I'm not saying it's me, I'm just saying if only one person ascends in consciousness on any of these degrees, then eventually, whatever this was, the realm is going to say, one is enough. I am one with all is one with me. One is enough. Then everything else of the old is going to start fading away. And this becomes a reality, especially when that one goes up the ladder and becomes a part of that higher degree. You understand that? Where they call it a platform. You'll be able to speak from the mountaintop with that inner calm. You with me? Or outer calm. And people are able to get the information. And then this fades away. They say reptilian. They try to use it against you. These are old words. So phase one is reptilian. And then I was able to show them they don't even know what that word means. You're using an old word. I remember that. I was like 4 or 5 years old when we used to use words like that. You haven't grown up? It's damn near 23 years ago. You have to grow up. Reptilian just means reptile-like. And it should be clear, human beings are like reptiles in multiple ways. which means you're not exclusively reptilian. However, you have reptilian characteristics literally, reptilian traits literally. You understand? Things that are similar to reptile. Okay, so reptilian is old. Reptilian is also an excuse to not know who it is you're talking about. You say, that's a reptilian. Which race? And then you have another problem because you say race, you talk about species. You understand? So if you say species, is it identifiable just by the English language, or is this what they call themselves? So most of the species, the species that they speak about, when it comes to these extraterrestrial beings, they're based off locations that they think they came from, or based off of an observation. So they say, oh, I saw some grays. I saw some grays. What do you mean there's some grays? They were gray. Oh, then what is it that they actually are though, other than gray? And are grays reptilian or grays amphibian? Because you see grays with webs in between their fingers, they have amphibian characteristics, so they're amphibian, right? So then why did they say phase 1 is only a reptilian? They should have said phase 1 is a reptilian. He's an amphibian. You understand? He's a mammalian. I'm like reptile. I'm like amphibian. I'm like what do you call it? Mammal. I'm like a lot of things. I'm tetrapod. But they stop at reptilian. That shows you they're limited in it. You see, I'm telling you, what I used to tell y'all, all that old stuff is too slow now. Mm-hmm. It's too slow. It's moving too slow. And word doesn't come back to God void. You understand that? Meaning, once you've ascended, you speak an utterance, it ain't gonna come back void. It stands up. So you understand where you're going. You with me? So, again, when we're dealing with spiritual warfare, we have to say what warfare, people that are breathing, or beings that are breathing, then that could be anybody, can it? Okay, so if this warfare could be any human being, you could be versus any human being at any given, here goes a human being. At any given time, any human being that's breathing in and out, okay? Any human being, then that means any daemon, spirit can incarnate into that human being and use whoever's susceptible up under the frequencies to be able to accept whatever that frequency is, whether it's a message, a suggestion, or an actual incarnation. Okay, incarnation ain't just saying anything but literally something getting into the car or the carnal or the body, the flesh, inside of the flesh. Okay, so then you're looking for tomorrow war. You don't want the tomorrow war. People say we dealing with spiritual warfare. Tomorrow war is an extraterrestrial invasion that you can't do nothing about. Okay, and you ain't gonna have no technology like a time machine to go back, like the movie. This ain't Hollywood. You understand that? So if you're dealing with spiritual warfare, don't that mean you need to watch who you breathing around? Or if you're dealing with spiritual warfare, doesn't that mean you need to watch who breathes around or on you? Does anybody know what I'm getting at? Because didn't Jesus pop up in the upper room and talk to the disciples and tell them what was going on and show them how they were going to move forward? And they said he breathed on them or imparted the spirit information onto them, which was their endowment to go out and push whatever the gospel was or the good news. You understand that? So you need to be watching who the fuck breathing on you. And breath has vibrations. So you need to be watching who the fuck you tuning into. All right? People say, I channel. Oh, do you? So you need to watch people who say they channel. Because when you come and you log on or you tune in to their channel, all right, or their frequencies, then you are possibly susceptible to programming. You with me? Now, everybody is programmed to whatever degree they're programmed to. Programming helps you do a lot of things. It helps you put out information out. It's an output, input. You understand? There's a lot that goes into programming. So programming doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. Everybody's programmed. That's why you're able to understand what I'm saying. You're programmed with English. When you watch the movie Matrix, they have to sit him down or lay him down and upload him with programs. You understand? So he can know what Kung Fu is now. Now I know Kung Fu. That's a program. It's a part of the information that you have for you to be able to, through your own retention, access to employ or apply in any way. You understand that? So again, watch who's breathing on you. Because you may think you at war with me and you don't understand you got a spirit on you. You may think that you got an issue with me, but your spirit is being irritated. You know your spirit is being irritated? Listen, when somebody talking to you, you start to breathe different. You see how it's changing? Now, if they listen to me, they'll be able to fix so much of this spiritual problem out here. If they just listen to how I just gave them, how they can change the wording, because you have to transform and grow as you ascend. It can't be the same word as it's been used, and it's been used the wrong way. So then you start breathing, and people start saying they got animosity or pressure on their chest. They start experiencing anxiety. Anxiety is one of the main ways you can understand you're dealing with spiritual warfare. You understand? So who's breathing on you? Whose breath work is affecting your reality? You understand that? You have to be cautious of that. Dr. Malachi York explained that they had what's referred to as Sam or Sama. Okay, we say Samael, the poison, Sama or Sem. Okay, where people will get upset, you feel people upset around you, and they start getting that amber light in their chest, that poison in their chest, and they start hissing. He said that's what people do when they get mad. And they start hissing. It's that hissing. You can even hear it in the word. Okay, that's that emission of poison. All right, or a breath or a breathing environment that's unbalanced. Okay, or imbalanced or disorderly, and that causes problems anywhere. You understand that? When you walk outside and you see a calm breeze, no issues. But if you walk outside and you see a cloud looking at you like this, you say, what the fuck this nigga looking at me like that? And it's like, what the fuck you want to do, nigga? You want to go outside today? You see that? And you see the spiral start to occur. Okay? You already know something's going on there. Okay, then that's the wind. Okay? There's another way they say it, the wind. So then you know how to watch the wind around you. You breathe in and out, and so does the planet breathes in and out. Or there's at least some type of circulatory system, or respiratory system rather, of the planet where there's some type of motion of what that same thing you can do. Breathing in and out, sounding like the wind. You understand that? So again, if you can watch and pay attention to that, you may be able to pay attention to what people are saying when they say spiritual warfare. They don't know what they're saying. Okay, but they're on point. Are not the governments messing with the weather? Yes, that's spiritual warfare. Are not people messing with people's algorithms? Yes, spiritual warfare. Are not people messing with people's brains? Yes, spiritual warfare. Any information that goes out, when spirit is definitely information, okay? Or ruh. I told you I'd find that just through the sound alone. Ruh. Ancient Egypt, it means to know or knowledge, okay? Ruh. Ruh. In Arabic means what? Soul, as they call it. And then you have ruh. You see how it just keeps separating, right? But the main thing is there. And this is, so it's still ruh. Okay? It's still there. It just keeps separating. All right? So you have ruach, okay, which I guess these would switch places just to be technically correct. These will switch places. The point is still there, that you have different vowels or sounds that are put in between. But the main thing is there, okay? It means spirit. All right? And these are interchangeable, all right? And they're up for debate because people think soul is spirit, people think spirit is soul. But if they tell you to test every spirit or try every spirit to see if that spirit is of God, because not every prophet that says they're of God is actually God's prophet, they're telling you to use the information. Test the spirit with the spirit. Okay, you have to be a spirit to a certain degree to be able to test certain spirits. Okay, but if you're not, okay, let's say you're Daniel the prophet, or you see these other beings, they're able to test spirits to a certain degree that you may not be able to. But if you're using that same science of Nebi, okay, what is Nebi? Nebi, or Nevi, or Nebe, Nube, Nubu, right? You say Noob. Nu, like the Nubian, okay, Nu, Nebiun, Nuabian, Nebu, Nevun, Novum means 9, okay, Neviim means prophets, okay, the only difference will be when you say it in Arabic, you still say Nebi, okay, but you'll say Enbiya, okay, Enbiya would be, I think that's the plural, you gotta go fact check me, okay, so Nevi, Navy, Navi. You have to use the science of water. In the beginning was the water. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning was who. Okay, you got to go before who, actually, though. Because in beginning is actually not the beginning. So you have to go before who, and before who is who knew. Who knew? Knew. Okay, knew was the water. So you have knew, which brings you all the way back to, knew brings you all the way back to Nubu. Okay, or Nobu, the message. Nebi, messengers of God knew out of the water. In the beginning was what? The water. Because the water was never created in the biblical scripture. Okay, they said better the sheep. Better the sheep was saying they created something or they were forming something. You got the word right there, better. All right, but they say better the sheep. Okay, in the beginning, God created. They say bara Elohim. In the beginning, God created. Bara, go look that up. That's formed, not just create as you think. Form, as in there were things there that could actually have been pulled together to form it. Okay, better sheep. In the beginning, God or the gods, if they want to say plural, Elohim, Elo or Elohim, created or formed the earth, which was the land, Eretz, okay, and Shemaim, which is the heavens, okay, Shemaim, the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But they did not say Moya, okay, or Maya, or Mayim, the waters. So the waters were not created. Closest you get to it is in the beginning was the word. Word is the closest thing you get to the waters, literally, all right? And behind that is Nu. You understand that? So you have word as Hu, ancient Egypt, okay, which predates the biblical scripture. You have word as Hu, and then you have the Nu, which was what they call the, what do you call it, primordial waters, the prime order, the order that was there before everything. They did say that they separated the waters. The water that they separated was the deep waters called Tehom. All right, Tehomeh. You see that? Tehumeh is right there. Tehu or Tehumah. Okay, like Tehuti, and Ma is T, Mati. Okay, how you know that? Mati is like saying the word, Ma-ti, or Metu, or Medu. You see that? Mati, Tehumah. I just showed you Nu, which was right there behind Hu, okay? The waters before the utterance of the water. Okay? Tehumeh. Tehum. And Tehum means deep waters. Okay? Deep is another way for them saying primordial. They're talking about abyss. Abyss. Okay? You want to know what abyss is? Abyss is another one of those things that stands right there in front of the water. Abyss. Abyss. Abyss is Tehuti. Okay? Which is the same thing. Tehuti is Tehumah. Okay? Because Ma and T are the same. If you go look up TT, literally, you'll see breast. Look at this. Let me show you something. I can't remember which tribe used it, but you got to fact check me. I know the Africans use it. But when you say T, they even try to pervert it by saying titty. You see that? But when you say T, you're saying breast. Okay? Or they'll say TT. But it also means life. So when you see TT, please understand that it is a word that means life. And when you say TT, okay, you're saying breast, and these are interchangeable. Okay? Why is that important though? Because another word for a breast, all right, is what? An udder. Go look it up.
It's like a hard.
And what does that sound like phonetically? Utter. Udder.
Other level.
Okay? Udder. And if I keep somebody a breast, what am I doing? I'm keeping them informed or up to date.
This nigga
all right?
hard.
So our first alignment with information coming through our ma, okay, or mama, as mammals. Those of y'all who read the book How to Speak Elite, then I break that down. That the only mammal that we truly know of as human beings are the women.
They can't touch them.
Okay, because this word mammal or the mama el, the woman God, brought you to the word udder or breast. Go look it up. And even though men have what they call breasts, we don't have mammary glands. You see what I'm saying? We don't have the ability to nurse. You see, but the mother does. So then the male and the women, the mother and the women and the men had to latch on to the breast. And through that, they received their what? Nutrients. Nutrients. You see that? And with the nutrients came information. Information that enhanced your coding. If you don't remember, there was a point in time where they said people that were nursed were smarter. I was nursed. People that were nursed were more intelligent. They're getting all that information straight to their brain, fed straight to them through the mother. Genetic upgrades, if you want to call it that. You see what I'm saying? So you couldn't talk about Ma or the mother or the water without speaking of that side, which people forgot about. So it became what? Father, we got that. Son, we got that. And then they said Holy Ghost, which is an oxymoron phonetically, because how is something going to be holy or completely ghost? Not there. Okay, but they say Holy Ghost or Holy Ghost or the Holy what? Spirit, which people conflate those. I don't know, we got time. Okay, so you have the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. That makes sense if you're drawing this symbol, because that is a hole right here. Okay? But still, you have to say, this is the mother. Okay, the mother. And this is the child. Okay, or the key, the child. And then this is the father, or the baba. All right? So you have mama, you have child, and then you have baba. All right, or upa. So the mama, ma, or mama, ma, is Nu, the waters, the primordial waters. She was there first, the waters. That's why you say mama, water, and you draw this symbol, it looks like water. When we were children, we used to draw it like that. That's the water. Ma, mama. And then you have Uba, Abba, Abba, Abba. Let this cup pass me by. Abba, Baba, Uba, Abu, Upu. Okay? Upa or Upu. And Upu meant mouth. Remember I told y'all that, right? So you have Nu, Abu, Nuabu. Nu, and this word wa means and. Nuabu. Nuabu. There's a link between the two. And you have to honor your mother and your father so that you could experience life everlasting, that your days be longer. See? You have to honor your mother and your father. But they taught us only the Father, the Son. And marry, which, interestingly enough, when you say marry, what does it mean? Marry, it means the waters or the sea. Go look it up. The sea. If it's Mary's time, and that law applies, maritime law, what are we talking about? The water. Okay? Or the sea. Or the ocean. You see? So Mary is left out. Even though when they do Hail Mary, they'll say Mother of God. Because God to them is the key or chi or child, which is who? Jesu, Jesus, or yes, you. If I'm talking to you. If I'm not talking to you. So me, yes, you. Which is Yeshu. Okay? Or O, breath of life. Yeah, Shu. And Shu in ancient Egypt is the breath of life. Go look it up. Or air. Simply. Yeshu, Yeshua. If y'all want to screenshot that. You see that? Okay? So, again, people had to go through certain schools of information in order to achieve degrees. I went through those schools and I have the degrees. We're not supposed to just sit on the degrees. We're supposed to be able to show you how to connect the dots so that you can understand in full what's being spoken of. You with me? So Nuwapu, mother and father science, is speaking about what people call imbalance. Okay? And you need to have both of those understood, land and water, in order to win this war. And the spiritual warfare that y'all are talking about is based on one key thing. All right? They call it this, information. Which is what happens when you connect the dots. Other than that, they only appear to be information, but you don't know what this is. You see? You have to connect the dots. When you do connect the dots, then you'll see the center of all of it. You still have to have an understanding, which is why I taught y'all beneath formation, which I got that from Dr. Malachi York. Beneath formation, information, okay? And then you have out formation. All right? Which is bio. And bio means life, living. Remember, this is an Eve operation. You don't want to be walking around dead. You with me? So then, here's what you need to move forward. You're telling us all this stuff, Faith. What am I supposed to do? I'll tell you. Here's what you need to move forward. I already showed you the green light. Okay? Green. Told you what it was. About healing. So that was cure. Told you about the blue light. What was that? Blue light was speaking like Vishuddha. An optimality. Pure. Purity. All right? Then I showed you the crown, which was what? Purple. Which was what? Sure. Okay? So you had to be cured first. Then you had to be purified. Then you had to be sure. Meaning you ain't supposed to be asking whether or not you don't need my permission right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't need my permission, especially now, because you're after the violet light. Okay? Violet. Bio. These two are interchangeable. Bio, lit. Okay? Violet, the light of life. Purple, the crown. Sahasrara. Okay, as they call it, or the crown. Corona. Remember I told you crown, corona, violet. So this should be you now. This is you. Let that be them. You understand? That's not you. You don't go up under. You're not under. You're not asleep. You're not under arrest. You understand? You've risen up out of your sleep. Wake up out of your sleep. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. You understand that? You are Lazarus. You've been risen up. You see me? So you can't go back. Unless you decide to, that's on you. But even still, it'd be like taking a red pill. I maximize my potential, yeah. I wonder what you're into. Now, knocking on the fire in the middle. You a real pretty little heart. You're a scuba diver with a whole lot of 4 feet swimming. Short deep swimming. Corn bleed dripping out on 4 feet. Standing on bending. Coconut women like gave me lemons. And I made juice like gave me lemons. And I made juice. I made life is a mansion. I'm just couch surfing wave after wave. Waving at the waves. Somebody come out and somebody save me. Can't nobody save me. This what life gave me. Lemons, cocoa butter, women, $1,000 linen. Don't worry about what I'm spinning. Nigga won't smoke what's in it. What's in my cup is feminine. You nigga don't do no swimming. I'm not a 4B mimicking. Footprints in the sandbox. I've been in the company of masters before I learned to talk. You can't tell me shit about this walk. Bitch, take your hands off me. If I disappear, I take the mission with me. Damn right. Many been a fit from my initiation. Stand right. 2 feet, 1 cause. You'll see in the end, the mystery will not be unsolved. Relate my pain and I see healing in my wings of a sun god, sun hawk, falcon, one love. Behold as I maximize my potential. I wonder what you're into. Knocking on the fire in the middle. You worry your pretty little heart. You're a scuba diver with a whole lot of 4 feet swimming, short deep swimming, core bleed dripping out on 4 feet, standing on bending, coconut women like gave me lemons, and I made you. Like gave me. You like taking a green pill and thinking that you, because your psyche say that steak tastes good to you, that you're saying it's a real steak. You know it's not a real steak. Do you understand that analogy? Okay? You know what Pop say, Malachi said what? Once you know right from wrong, wrong can't get you. You see what I'm saying? So they can't get y'all. When you see me out here going into the world and going against this being or that being, I'm challenging the demons on purpose to give them the same opportunity that I gave y'all when some of y'all found me because I was calling out Young Boy and King Von, the rest of them. So long ago, these people weren't around when that war was taking place. They were scared to fight. You didn't see none of these people standing up against drill music. You didn't see none of these people calling out the demons as they were talking about sliding on the communities and cussing people's moms in their songs and threatening people's family and dissing people's dead relatives and making the music and going viral with it and doing dances and standing on people's graves. Where was all these spiritual people then? Now that a lot of that smoke done cleared, here they come like they had something to do with clearing the air so they could sound like they know what they're talking about now and people can hear them. Wasn't nobody gonna hear y'all. The drill was too loud. That's all you heard. I stepped in and unplugged it. They didn't want to fight. I said, listen, look at all these videos of the people putting out this image right here with the goat. I said, those are demons. They coming up under that. And then I saw Brother Panic pop out. I said, see, he there to help him. Because the conscious community, they source from y'all the most. Because y'all meditate a lot. Y'all do all that. You're sourced. You're being sourced and you don't know it. I don't know how you don't know it. Well, yes, I do. because you just didn't know any better. So then I show up to give you another option that is better. You understand? So you're either going to go with the lesser or the higher. It's on you, though. Don't think that I'm here to force anybody or that I need anybody to do this, that, and the third. No, I'm just giving these people the same opportunity that I gave y'all, those of y'all who maybe walked with me since like 2017, 2018, 2020, 2021, 2022. Some of y'all just now found out who I am. Okay? This isn't for you to follow phase one and be like, yo, he's the one teacher, No, that's the same reason why I bring you to Malachi, to show you that, yo, he beat all these levels. Okay? We don't have him out here right now. We're in a big mess. You with me? So he by himself, this would have never been a situation, okay, with him not being in prison. This would have never existed. Him by himself. And if there's so many people out here that are supposed to be spiritual and woke, all of this stuff, this can't be the situation unless that's the one. You see? So that's my message. My message is not even to send you to him, because his thing was, don't stop at me. So I hope some of y'all ain't stopping there. He said, I ain't trying to stop you here. He said, I'm trying to take you straight to what you call in the source. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to the source so you can make it right home. So we went to war with Baphomet and the rest of them. And we went to war with the country community because the country community had been taught by Bobby Hemming and Brother Panic and the rest of them that the Baphomet, listen to it, Baphomet was the way to go. It's not. It's the lesser light. If you were going to choose an order, you would choose Heka, not Penta. You with me? It's literally less degrees. Look at the degrees. Here go the degrees of Heka. Okay? Here go the degrees of Penta. It's less degrees. And it belongs to the goat, Baphomet, or Pen. This is who that really is. Panta. Panteo. And Teo is God. The goat God. And the goat God is Pan. You understand that? Which is why Panic walked around. Man, is it that easy for me that is not? Is it difficult for people to see? Am I making this up? Panic calls up Brother Panic. You put that IC right there. You're saying you're of something. He's of Pan. That's a Greek goat god that caused chaos. When he would wake up out of his slumber, he would shriek. So the chaos or frenzy was titled as a panic. Literally, all these teachers be up under the Greeks. That's the Knights Templar. You see what I'm saying? Yet they're trying to convince y'all that I'm an agent. You can't even say this is an agent symbol, because this is a 6-pointed star. You just don't know that. Those of y'all who read my book, you know that. This is a 6-pointed star with a G or a key in the center. And I think I may have been the first, they might try to kick it one day, know that, to show people that the double X chromosome is the Masonic emblem. I don't even think the Masons know that. You see? We'll take you right back to the waters. The women, where all people started off this way before there was a breakage. You see what I'm saying? That allowed for XY, which became what? XY is 5 points. You with me? If you can see what I'm saying. Do, 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 do. You see? It's that 5-point star. You lose a point. Is it clear? So people will have to go back to the origins. That chi right there is that magnetic occurrence in the middle of the polarities to bring them into one. That's where you have to be now, on the dot. my switching in my mind's eye. You change with me, you change my mind, but you change your mind, change with me, my change, yeah, you change it. My mind might change your mind, but you change it. My mind, it might change your mind. If you could change minds with me, would you? Take you on a journey, take you on a huge journey. Won't nobody take you from me.
It's all in the plan. It's all in. All in.
You're now listening to Katana.
Talk to him.
Come and see my soul bleed intensely when we take over worlds, Armageddon them. These are the scars of a veteran. I'm from where you never been. In transmission. Return me. Please don't desert me.
Don't leave me here with these earth beings, cause they don't deserve me.
What do I do? What do I say? They don't receive me anyway. Mission complete, mission relay.
Whole time was I in their way?
Hollows in the highway, creep like bottles in the wind.
Am I alone in my sorrows again? What's that? Boom, boom, boom. Nobody can know where I'm going. Lick finger test win. It's been lovely. On to the next screenplay. I know they won't forget me. And see my soul bleed intensely when we separate worlds on getting them. Veteran, I'm from where you never been so long. Oh, sound deserve me. Please don't deserve me. Don't leave me here with these earth beings. They don't deserve me. Oh, sound return me. Please don't deserve me. Don't leave me here with these earth beings, cause they don't deserve me.
They don't deserve you, my nigga. 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 They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you, my nigga.
Oh, they do not deserve. They do not deserve. They don't deserve. They don't deserve. They don't deserve. They don't deserve.
Money.
They can hate me, but I don't regret it. Step away from my vehicle, please. Step away, cause you blocking my vids. You can go there, but not where I've been at. Maybe one day you'll find me important. Pain, healing, new time, of course. A lot of shit been on my mind, unfortunately.
I'm forced to be me.
Anybody out there talk to me? Fred,
How did you get outside?
I am the legend the world denied.
Look, mama, a butterfly.
Taking my time out, cleaning my room up. Gotta be ready, inspection time. Hot out the porch, I was not even ready.
They can hate me, but I don't regret it.
All that I'm focused on lately is when the angel come and get me. Let me be in peace.
Come on.
Balancing all of my thoughts and my deeds. Guess it's time to fast.
I don't wanna eat.
What do I mean to y'all? Sometimes I feel like
I'm just in the way.
I'm in the studio staring at space. This ain't even writer's block. This is
Wait.
I don't even know what words to
Say these days,
but I miss my nieces. Why I can't be where they be at?
while they get raised.
Trying to fix my pieces. Broken clocks outside of the
Brand new cage.
I do not overstand you, face.
I thought you wanted to stand on stage, but maybe I didn't know.
People sit here to play me.
I didn't know.
I can't count out who hate me. It's many though. They gon'
Smile in my face, but it's envy though.
elevated my name on their lips now. Guess I made it. I'm famous and shit now. Ain't no problem with paying the rent now. You get up, they gon' pray that you get down. Okay.
Evening, baby, do you mind if I run the shower? Take my time, let the water vapor fill my soul. You stand there for me and guard the door. Good evening, baby, do you mind if I run the shower? Take my time, let the water vapor heal my soul. You stand there for me and guard the door. Let the water vapor heal my soul. Will you stand there for me and guard the door? Good evening. Do you mind? Run the shower. Take my time. Let the water vapor heal my soul. Will you stand there for me and guard the door?
Who bad? Been a mighty long time since I'm a race. All in too for giving me the right way. I've been working on me cause I know we late. Soon. I hear the murder shook, calling, feeling wounded, whoop will shoot through my vein. The same vein that it always and all that I'm walking that long road.
Short path.
What if you straggling while we been crossing as it was in room?
out with me because I'm next to you. I guess the two you is solid. I'm being sarcastic, cause who could be stupid enough to think I brought him this far to try to take it over? Wouldn't it make more sense to act like Malachi did not exist if it's a fake show? But I did opposite of that. I did everything in my power to show that I'm faithful. But
And my only mistake, though.
Cause I did have to prove it. They knew it and they know that Omari is also true. He's not just faithful. Dr. York is innocent, cage closed. I will never let go of that great robe. Get my soul up the part for them gates closed. I'm forever, I told him that. I won't be shot when you pop in that upper room. I'll be standing right there with my hands in the air. I've been waiting to finally sup with you.
Rahu bad.
Been a mighty long time since I'm a race. All and two for giving me the right way. I've been working on me cause I know we late. Soon. I hear the mothership calling, feeling wounded, whoop will shoot through my vein. The same vein that it always and all that I'm walking that long road.
Short path.
Hard to be straggling while we been crossing as it was in room. For any more souls in the WAP, if people inside the nation, they been talking, they claiming I'm aiming to be your successor. They said that my screaming your name wasn't helping.
I've been doing what you told me. Not by my lonely now. Steady coming out.
For your name, I was scared, so they shut me out. Blow your name in the air like a
Boom, boom. Yeah.
blow your name in the air like a thundercloud. Spoke your name everywhere that I went around. Not ashamed, we gon' carry this when I'm down. Till you make it up out of that dungeon. I'm loud as a trumpet, we bout it, we drumming now.
Peace in the Lamb is wonderful. Ain't no stopping us now. Truly.
Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Tell the master teacher I said, who bad? Been a mighty long time since I'm a race. I went to for giving me the righteous way. I've been working on me cause I know we late. Soon. I hear the mothership calling, feeling wounded, whoop will shoot through my vein. The same vein that it always and all that I'm walking that long road, short path. Hard to be straggling while we been crossing as it was in
Room.
For any more souls in the WAP, if people inside the nation, they been talking, they claiming I'm aiming to be your successor. They said that my screaming your name wasn't helping. They hear me cry when I go live on the net, cause I feel you crying, I'm trying to reach you no better. Yeah, you said it better, I'm doing my best.
Goodbye, world.
Where you going with my time? Put my shit back. Paparazzi popping out, no good side to catch this time. If you want me on that platter, get your ass in line. What you know about the captions of a mastermind? On my merry way, seeing it fraction, they took half of mine. Bitches in the comments of my story, trying to antagonize. I apologize, I don't got real estate on Clubhouse. Pussy nigga talking to the hand, call that mush mouth. Nigga feel some type of way, probably why they type away. Told them it was all in the plan, back in title way. If I fake my death and let my fans say goodbye to me, then why the fuck is y'all mad? Like my life ain't mine to lay down. How do they sound? A lot of ways. Crazy be the first one. No one made it out. They ain't gon' phase to be the first one. Showing they true color. Now they play cause he reversed them. No one made it out. They ain't gon' phase to be the Uno. Oh, and a couple of y'all rappers on me feature still. I fuck what you plate me, but I'll eat you still. Clicking up with nobody, my mouse broke. Paint an ugly picture of a nigga like Picasso. Cheddar run off with a nigga image like Picasso. 20 versus 1 won't be no date if you waiting on me to pop hole. Guess I missed the call if you bitches calling shots though. Niggas be my spies looking for me, yeah I go. They look every direction for me except for out though. But I got eyes on the other side of the house though. Okay, 12 used to look so big when we were little kids. Now we know them nigga got wigs that could be split too. Going down for shit we ain't did, that be the issue. Jury full of bitches clocking in cause they rent due. Blind nigga told on your ass, that's why they pinned you. Like damn nigga, don't you know this system is against you too? So they squeezing to avoid Rice Street. No one sees you to the Lord smite thee. And you on a white tee. All these teenagers and boys pipe dreams ain't as real as it seems. By any means, just enjoy life please. Cause tomorrow it's a nigga seeing blue lights in the yard, screaming fuck 12. He done took enough L's, put it up to a temple, then he bust shell, dropping in slow motion, open fire while they shooting at a dead body on the other side of the house doors. Preacher trying to tell us it's a guy looking out for us. All he do is stand up there and shout for us. That the type of shit that make me pout more. Married to the mission, should I file for divorce? Voice hoarse, cause I had to scream too loud to ignore. And you ain't heard no shit as real as this, but you gon' flex, huh? Married to the game like who on next, huh? Boot on next, huh? You won't rest, huh? Damn right, you ain't gon' try no, you gon' do your best, huh? Damn right, damn right, damn right. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Wake me when it's over, when it's over.
Instead of trying to tell you about yourself like you don't know yourself. Try to hide you till you disappear, then they like show yourself. Incoming wisdom teeth, that pain they multiply. They cross their heart and hope you die. You don't know just why. Cause why'd you look me over with eyes cold and frozen? If sirens pull me over, I'm not going. They gonna have to cut me down, either that or cardio. Mama, you know I'll find you low, no matter how far I go. Mama, you know you raised your son, you know the lie they tell. I'm aware, you know who I am, don't nobody else. Those who know don't gotta tell, just keep it silent, yeah, till the day they die the yells. Make the most high reveal it, till that time I'm bodybuilder, till the day get out my way, till that night the clouds go gray. You can cover me in the rain, even if it's 9 a.m. in Georgia, and the sky is sober, and time is hanging over my shoulder.
Come on.
Hopping in the Rover to drive forward and not backwards, cause I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Truth in plain sight, you been trained, right? Reading we just like playing card, we dread like answers, be in peace, blacked out pants, talk, dressed like ninjas, throwing stars, empty 10 cups, we beat these bands up, rose the bar, back up, man, butts, and that's no stand up, rose apart, had my hands up, and they still shot me, wanted to be like Mike when I was 4, be like Blade when I was 5, did like crazy, I ride it out, I miss Hot Wheel cars, So much evil in this place, sometimes difficult to maintain. Look my wife in her eyes, say all right, it's gonna be everything. Not sure what this means, but you'll find the lightest cars on the heaviest trains. God give his greatest wars to the soldiers who never been trained. At times things don't make sense, we nod our heads and grin. Blowing like the wind, how you trade me in and you was just a friend. Maybe this all just the power of a veteran's pen. I'm in the military, if this will vary, if God says, amen.
Nights got dark, but I never did fall. Build my name from the dirt and the low. Lost some friends when the pressure got real. Kept my soul when they wanted that deal.
I don't know who hurt you, but I've been hurt more. Fell on my sword a couple times, ain't get a chuck for it. I know why the cage bird sing without a verse or chorus. He got hooked up in some shit, now ain't no perch for him. Birdie on the run, but not from justice, he can't dodge that. I know that the cage bird to learn not to fly in packs. Birds of a feather will lie together. When them pipes crack from pressure bars that I had to sever, never to tie back together. Like who hurt you? Was it in your childhood? Did someone take your virtue? Did someone take your voices so you scream at me in cursive? Did somebody judge you for something that's a part of you? Did it tear your heart into? The you that's in this moment ain't even the you I'm talking to. Claiming you elect how you don't understand what charges do to a man who ain't judging for the person that you are or who you was before you walked into this world. But see, it's all in due time. I'll be fine. Keep it going.
Carry stories that I never told. Loyalty cost me more than I knew. Still stand tall, always stay true.
Beyond it all, hope in your heart that you find the motivation to speak the truth and not false for their lies. But if not and they come for me, then watch me walk do fine still. The couple pass me by as if it's all in divine will. The green light that you seen that night will walk with me until my clock no longer TikTok and runs out of me. Done deal. Unreal how these folks will just flip out on you, feel. Many supposed to suffer over something that some feel. Phone filled with messages of love and support. Until somebody don't get their way, now they want you in court. Know how the hell these people thinking I'm someone to extort or be the scapegoat for the folks who was your trauma enforcers. To my youngest who coming up, please be mindful of your choices. Know that the most of these people selfish. Incumbent, you notice. Know that the soul is not their primary focus. Know that these folks who always smile and be bogus and only trying to get close to you.
When you're doing something right, it's still attracted to demons. And when that evil get to speaking, don't succumb to them voices. And don't be thinking you got friends, see a wise one would notice. Be cautious, cause when it's under your nose, it's harder to notice. Now in my case, it's no surprise. I see the highs and the lows as a part of my story. So why would I be surprised when I wrote it? Won't be no take backs when I say that Jesus Christ is my brody. So to all of my foes, I need you to survive and stay focused. Don't call or text my mama, she good, don't dial her number. When I was there, she ain't never hear from you. Raising 8 babies alone, she was humble. Where you was at when she suffered the thunder and lightning and raining, come on. Nobody checked up on her. Whole time, all she ever wanted was a family and to do right by her people in the ghetto. Everybody kids was my mama cheering. Y'all was steady looking at this shit like competition. Don't call my mama telling her I'm missing. I already told her I'm tired of the fiction. Fake ass smiles in the Thanksgiving kitchen. My grandmama gone, she held us together. I watched my mama come home from the hospital, crash on the bed and call out to her mama. How in the fuck did she manage to get up and make us some breakfast the very next morning? She got 100-some cousins, brothers and uncles and aunties. Asked if they reach out to see her, she in need of something. Did I mention she had youngest? Hate to be exact, did I mention I was one of them? So I bore witness. Don't ask her shit, it is not your business. You don't see the sign cause it's not your mission. It ain't my fault that you got for vision. By the way, know the shit was not for attention. I done hit it bigger than you ever could have hit it. And you did not believe in me, so stop kicking it. All of a sudden I'm your baby, gone big as shit. Everybody talking about your son, so you figure it's time to play proud like you was really with the shit. What about a DNA test that you didn't get? You had somebody else take the test in your place. Now that I am older and I'm dressed in your face, teaching like a motherfucker, nose like a smurf. Nobody can deny me and I know that it hurts. Every time I call you out in the verse, but be a man, stand tall, cause my mama felt it worse. And then your mama looked me in my eyes when I went to visit, and she asked me who I was, and I let her know my name. Said I'm Bodie's son. All she did was smirk and turn away, and she responded, that's what they say. I'm like, okay, I wouldn't even be me if I can't say what's real. And I ain't even gonna act like this shit really bothered me my whole life, cause it really didn't. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, my mama gotta do all this shit by herself, and she got a whole big ass family. She's like, where was everybody at? This is real life. And you know what? I forgive y'all. And when this all comes to pass, only thing I ask, don't call or text my mama. She good, don't dial her number. When I was there, she ain't never hear from you. Raising 8 babies alone, she was home. Where you was at when she suffered the thunder and lightning and raining, come on. Nobody checked up on her. Whole time, all she ever wanted was a family and to do right by her people in the ghetto. Everybody kids was my mama cheering. Y'all was steady looking at this shit like competition. Don't call my mama telling her I'm missing. I already told her I'm tired of the fiction. Fake ass smiles in the Thanksgiving kitchen. My grandmama gone, she held us together. I watched my mama come home from the hospital, crash on the bed and call out to her mama. How in the fuck did she manage to get up and make us some breakfast the very next morning? She got 100-some cousins, brothers and uncles and aunties. Asked if they reached out to see her, she in need of something. Did I mention she had youngest? Hate to be exact, did I mention I was one of them?
If you let me take it all away, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. If you let me give your heart a break, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. Hold on, friend, I'm singing, play it your way, cause I know it gets hard and it gets difficult. Don't give up, I'll send angels your way, cause I know these times we swinging alone. Swinging alone, oh really deep down inside, we children of God, in need of His army sometimes. Won't you take my hand? I'll never leave you alone in the sand. I'll guide you, I'll lead you, I'll show you the plan. I'll take you to holier land if you let me. Take it all away, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. If you let me give your heart a break, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. If you let me
take it all away. Okay.
Today, not tomorrow. If you let me take your heart away, it'll be okay. Today, not tomorrow. Okay, never would've planned to abandon you. I just had some been need to tend to. Find these niggas and they done ran off. Part of the store that had panned out. They done made it hot, I took my hands off. Relationship shadows, chose they rode it straight and dipped out on me. Knowing there's no replacement, but it's okay, cause the chosen soldiers get placed in big battles. Hold your nose because he dead bodies stink. Hold the rope and let them prayers not release. No one knows when the next hour beats. I repeat, hold the rope regardless of who, let's go. Just hold on, friend. It'll work out in the end. And you don't have to pretend anymore that you're not sorry. But if you let me take it all away,
It'll be okay today, not tomorrow.
if you let me give your heart a break, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. If you let me take it all away,
It'll be okay today, not tomorrow. If you let me give your heart a break, it'll be okay today, not tomorrow. I know it gets hard and it gets difficult.